Hello everybody, this is Kyle out of course for Draftradio coming at you live with the Fate Reforged draft. While I don't necessarily like Fate Reforged, some of you said that you wanted it, so I am now recording it. We did not get a great rare, although it is kind of cool. And I've never really played around with Arcbond before. There's also a Battlefront Cruciak, which I think is what I'm just going to take. Can't be blocked by more than one creature. But Arcbond is awesome. I'll try Arcbond. I don't know if it's any good. I have not played this set too much. I do not like it, but that is okay because you guys like it. And I'm alright with this. There's some other cool stuff in this pack. There's a Ruthless Instincts, which seems like a blowout. There's a Whisper of Secrets, but there's also a Sandstep Outcast. I'm inclined to take the Outcast, as that seems to be like one of the better cards in the set, so being able to bounce that Reoccur Outcast and do some fun things that way seems good. I'm fine here just taking Goblin Heel Cutter. Soul Flare is actually not that impressive, because half the time you're not going to have stuff that has like Double Strike, Death Touch, or Haste. And so most of the time you're just paying for a 6-mana 4/4, which would make Sultai Scavenger objectively better than this card, essentially, because you can delve down to 1 with that, plus it has flying. So, not taking Soul Flare. I am taking Heel Cutter. Heel Cutter goes very nicely with my first pick of Arcbond, which I don't know if I'm going to play. Holy mackerel. So that's a Sage Eye Avengers, which is very clearly the best card in the pack. There's a Gurmag Angler, which is pretty late for Gurmag. There's also a Humble Defector, which I would be taking if Sage Eye Avengers wasn't here, but Sage Eye is insanely powerful, so very clearly going to be taking that one. And then I guess I can follow up Sage Eye Avengers with either a Refocus, which is definitely a good card. There's also a Frostwalker, which I'm not going to take. But yeah, it's basically either between Refocus or Sultai Skullkeeper. There's no good red or white cards in this pack, so essentially just going to take the blue one. I think I'm just going to take the 2-drop. The 2-drop 2-1 I think is perfectly fine. It's perfectly reasonable. And now there is no red or blue cards worth taking. There's no red or white cards worth taking again. There is a Rite of Undoing, which seems like a decent play. You know, you can use it to dodge removal. Nice little delve cost attached to that. So I think I'm happy taking that. There's also a pretty late Douse and Gloom, but I'm not really willing to go into a 4th color just yet. So we'll take the Rite of Undoing here. We'll see if there's any good red or white cards in this pack. There's a Soul Summons, which is certainly fine. There's a Cunning Strike if I want to go red-blue, which I think is actually okay with me. So I'm just going to take Cunning Strike here and try and force the red-blue. There's another Cunning Strike, which I like. But there's also a Jeskai Sage. I actually think I want the Jeskai Sage more than I want the Cunning Strike. I just had that Sandstep Outcast. Nice 2-drop. Jeskai Sage is one of those cards that works very well with any like instants or sorceries you might have. The fact that it replaces itself is actually pretty significant. Yeah, pretty happy about that one. Could take Fascination or Will of the Naga. I think I'll take Will of the Naga. I don't mind having two Delve cards, especially when I have a Sultai Skullkeeper. Help me get to stuff. Nice little aggressive red-blue deck. Some nice top-end bounce shenanigans and some removal. It's not terrible. It was weird. People switched signals mid-draft there. Sandstep Outcast was late, and then all of a sudden, I guess somebody must have snapped up some good white cards. Good late white pick. Sage's Reverie seems crappy. I'm just going to take another Cunning Strike. I will also take Smoldering Efreet. I don't like Smoldering Efreet by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a 2-drop, and it looks like we need 2-drops. Our curve is pretty, like, 5. We've got, what? We've got 3 5s and then, like, 2 6s and then nothing else. So, not ideal. Certainly not ideal, but 2 Cunning Strikes is I like. It would be better if it's at like 2 damage to one target and then 2 damage to another target. It doesn't, but it is certainly good. Alright. Do. Yeah, just kind of waiting. Yeah, like I said, not a huge fan of Fate Reforged, but I mean, it's whatever. I'm not gonna like stop doing Fate Reforged content entirely. You guys actually do seem to like it, so figured I'd pick it up again, see what shakes out of this. We're busy trying some other stuff too. You'll notice we did GoPro Magic, which I thought was a lot of fun. I give you guys sort of a player's eye view of a reject rare draft, which would be pretty awesome. And yeah, doing that. We're actually uploading Quest Magic right now. If you've never heard of Quest Magic, it was a popular tapped out RPG. You can check that out as well on the channel. It's pretty exciting. Certainly a lot of fun. I don't know who we're waiting on. All right. Alrighty then. That's a pretty late Gurmag Angler and a pretty late Typhoid Rats. I'm going to take the Gurmag Angler. My red's actually pretty weak. And that Dousing Gloom did wheel pretty early. I don't mind taking it there. That's like a 13th pick Gurmag Angler. Yeah, it's not that bad at all. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's a 12th pick Gurmag Angler, not a 13th pick. Even so, that's still really good. The card's actually very decent. And we have a lot of red cards, but they're kind of crappy. I'll take Refocus. Refocus actually works very well with our Jeskai Sage. Enhanced Awareness is fine, and Crucible of the Spirit Dragon is terrible, but I don't mind getting past playable blue cards. I mean, in all honesty, I'm not married to the red. We have an Arc Bond and a Smoldering Efreet and a Heel Cutter, 2 Cunning Strikes, but that's not... I can splash for the Cunning Strikes if I really want them. I'm not married to the archetype, certainly. We'll see what shakes out, and what shakes out is a Master of Pearls, which is a bonkers, absolutely insane rare. And goes very nicely with the Sandstep Outcast, and would be something that I would be much more interested in playing than, say, Smoldering Efreet and then 2 Cunning Strikes. Yeah, I think Master is actually way too good to pass up there. Both as a 2-drop and as somebody... Gotta link the site, of course. Somebody wants to play it. A Slice of Awesome. That's a great name. Yeah, I haven't really figured out Fate Reforged draft, and I'm not sure if that's just because my draws have been pretty bad. They're usually pretty bad, but they've been exceptionally bad as of late. But I'm undeterred. I'm coming back into this. I do like Cunning Strike. I went to a pre-release for Fate Reforged, and that was pretty fun. Abzan wins games that it just has no business winning. Particularly in Sealed, when things get to slow down and you get to do some fun little Outlast shenanigans. Alright, what else are we getting here? Misfire Weaver, a Feat of Resistance, a Kill Shot. Happy just taking the Misfire Weaver here, I think. Sticking on color. Although the Kill Shot there was pretty nice, especially if I wanted to cement myself into white into this pack, but a bird in hand is worth 2 in the bush, I think. And blue is most certainly our bird in hand. And who knows, black was flowing around pretty freely anyway, so even if I hit all of these cards, we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 playables. So we're not in super great shape, but that's fine. I don't feel too badly about it. Our curve's not that awful. We got some nice little low drops, a couple things that can be played as morphs, some delve cards so that we have late game power. Sage Eye Avengers just straight up wins the game in a lot of ways. We'll see what this pack has for us. There's a Ride Down. I'm just gonna take this Kill Shot here. I don't think I'm ready to go and I don't really want to play full Jeskai, unless we get the lands for it. Now let's take Salt Road Patrol here. Pretty happy about that. Give me some grist for a nice meaty deck, and I think I will be splashing for our Cunning Strikes too, because that makes our curve a little bit easier. A shame I had to pass that Swiftwater Cliffs, but I really actually do kind of want to cement myself in white. I want to make use of this Sandstep Outcast. I want to be able to play Master of Pearls. I want to be able to play Kill Shot. Kieran is another solid card that I'm happy playing. So I'd rather be in this archetype than be in the... our red-white was just kind of weak. Our red-blue was just sort of weak there. This, on the other hand, actually seems like it's pretty competitive. You got a nice little middle of the curve stuff. We're starting to even out across like our mana costs. I am going to splash with these Cunning Strikes. Hopefully we get to see one of those split lands wheel. I am happy just taking a second kill shot, though. That's very good for us. I'm happy getting some removal. Swiftwater Cliffs is perfect. I like having that. Like how that's playing out for us. Yeah, pays to be open, I think. Yeah, saw white was open, just decided to move in on it. Just seemed like the right move. Seemed like it's just a lot more competitive than our other options. I've played Jeskai a lot now that I think about this in these kind of drafts, which is odd because I don't really like Jeskai. I still think it's too fragile of an archetype. But even so, I think a free Weapon Master is just way too good to pass up here, especially if I am splashing for red, which I am. I am splashing for red. Bring Low is fine and worth splashing for. So, all right, I think we've got some good removal. But now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures though. We do need to start beefing up our creature count. But even so, this actually worked out pretty well. The second pack has been very beneficial for us. If I can get one more Swiftwater Cliffs, I'll be very happy. No Swiftwater Cliffs. I'm going to take an Inox Tracker, though. We're not the Goblin Slide deck by any stretch of the imagination. And I do like having access to a Morph if we want it. Like, if we just need one more, like, creature. Even if it's just 90% of the time just going to be a Grey Ogre, I think that's fine for us. I think we can take that risk. Or not even a risk. Like I think like there's no risk to it. It's just like you get one good guy, and then there's potential upside. That's a Dune Blast, which I will be hate picking. Otherwise, I just would have been taking another Inox Tracker there. What the heck is Dune Blast still doing in the pack? Jesus. That is... Do people realize this is like one of the highest win rates of any card, like in Cons block? Like if Dune Blast resolves, people just die. There's no if, and, ors, or buts about it. People die if Dune Blast resolve. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something there. Something else in that pack that was good? We did get another Swiftwater Cliffs, though, which is insane for us. And a third Swiftwater Cliffs, which is absolutely insane for us. Because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 cards that are worth red that we're splashing for, which is nuts. Like, I don't even need to run a mountain at this point. I can just run those Swiftwater Cliffs and be very happy with how my life works. Well, that's awkward. There's a Sagu Mauler, which is the best card in the pack by a wide margin. Am I greedy enough to splash for the green as well? Yes, I absolutely am. You're not wrong. Oh, Crater's Claws is awesome. There's a Rugged Highlands, but there's also Crater's Claws. I think I'm fine with that. Flooded Strand seems pretty great. Does get us our white and our blue mana. Pearl Lake Ancient seems awesome as well. Flash in like a nice little defender. Maybe I won't play Sagu Mauler. Maybe I'll just play Pearl Lake Ancient. You don't know my life. I mean, it's not like we're not going to be getting to that amount of lands. This is Cons. Huh. Oh, the Rugged Highlands to splash for my Sagu Mauler. Excellent. Maybe I should just play 5-color. A Thornwood Falls to help splash for my Sagu Mauler. Excellent. This is awesome. Just gonna play 4 colors. Why not? Having fun with it. Sure, Mantis Rider. Yeah, sounds perfect. Let's grab all of these ludicrous rares. Master of the Way seems quite good. Although I think I actually have to pass Master of the Way for Monastery Flock. How many creatures do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nope, I don't. I can take Master of the Way. Alright, awesome. 4-color control. Let's go. If I resolve any of these, the people are in serious trouble. Which I'm okay with, actually. This seems fun. Yeah, this is good. This turned out to be a fun draft, actually. I apologize for the frogginess of my voice, by the way, guys. I'm still getting over that sickness about a week ago. About a week ago! And I will very happily take a Wetland Sandbar to help shore up my early game. I will take another Rugged Highlands to help me just solidify my 4-color Ness. Because now I don't have to play any forests. I can just play these 3. And just play like the rest as islands and plains. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. Crippling Chill is great. Sure. Hooting Mandrills. Erase for the sideboard and a Winter Flame. Hell yeah. Seems awesome. Seems very good. Tons of draw engines, too, to help us get our bombs. Tons of removal to help us dirtle. Yeah, man. That's what I like to see. Let me just get there, folks. On the sheer awesomeness of how audacious this deck is. So we have 14 of those, 16 and then 27. 27 cards, and we just have to cut how many now? How many land do I want to play? That is the question. I do think I only want to play, I think I do want to play 18 land. No, I'll play 17 land. I have 1, 2, 3 green sources for my 1 green card. So I don't have to do that. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red sources for the 9 red symbols in my deck, which is more than enough. Yeah, I can play 17. So I have 27 cards in my deck. I just want to cut how many? 4? That's doable. Rite of Undoing is actually pretty crappy. I don't think I need that necessarily. That's one card down. I actually don't know if I want the Bring Low. Because I have Crippling Chill. I have the Refocus also doesn't seem like it has a place in my deck. Like at most, I'm going to be refocusing. There's just not much upside to that for Refocus. If I had a lot of Prowess creatures, that would definitely be a card that I would be interested in running. As it stands now, it is not a card that I have a lot of interest in running. It's 11 and 14, which makes 25, so I just have to cut 2 more. I have to cut 2 more cards. I think I'm actually going to be very happy cutting one of my Cunning Strikes, and then maybe Will of the Naga, or Enhanced Awareness. I actually really like Enhanced Awareness, because it draws me into what I want for these. I do have to cut 2 cards. I think I'm going to cut 1 Cunning Strike, and either Will of the Naga or Enhanced Awareness. I think I actually cut Will of the Naga. I think Enhanced Awareness actually gets me through a lot of the stalemates better than Will of the Naga does. Will of the Naga is a card that you use to break stuff, but it's not actually that great against decks that are faster than you. Like if they swarm the ground or the token based deck, you're gonna be like, okay, spend 6 mana, stop your 2/1/1s, and then die anyway to Trumpet Blast. It's not really what I'm about. Definitely not what I'm about, so it's all good. But I like this. I like this. I'm hesitant to cut any creatures because I don't actually think that we go below 14. I think we just have to play the 14. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should be including Arc Bond in this deck. Let me know in the comments if I am. I've heard some people who love Arc Bond, and they think it's an amazing card. Personally, I don't like it so much. I feel like it just takes way too much work to do way too little. But then again, I might be wrong. I don't know. Maybe I am. It is very possible that I could actually be wrong about that. So like, let's look at our mana here really quick. As I said before, I don't actually think I have to run any mountains or any forests. I feel like my split lands actually take care of that nicely for me, which means I have 10 lands to play around with, which is great. I think I'm just gonna do 6 plains and then 4 island, because realistically I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 8. I'll have 8 blue sources, and then Flooded Strand actually gives me another blue source, and a white source. Whereas if I don't have the white stuff that I want, I'm not going to be doing this very well. All right. Well, folks, that's our deck building. I will see you in round 1.